Welcome back to another Collectible Spotlight. I'm that Halloween movie collector, Pat. This week, we're going to take a look at some more somewhat promotional material, but very cool nonetheless. Some of the favorite things that I have had over the years. Now, some things that I would love to be able to actually physically see, but I don't have a recorder to play them on. And they're all kind of old, so I'd be scared that they would be damaged. My 35 millimeter trailers for each of the Halloween movies. Now, when I say each of the Halloween movies, I have one from Halloween 1978 all the way through to Resurrection, I believe is the last one I have. Yes, Resurrection. I did have the Rob Zombie ones on 35 millimeter trailer, but I did sell them a few years back simply because I made the conscious effort to just stick to the original movies is in my collection, just because it's just when you're a collector, sometimes when there's so many things, especially when it comes to Halloween, sometimes you have to narrow it down to certain things that you collect. And I end up selling it all anyway to buy other Halloween stuff. So it worked out well. But I do have one from each movie up to Resurrection, because beyond that, they stopped using 35 millimeter film, I think, around 2009. And everything started going digital even before that in the early 2000s. And some theaters still show, well, vintage movies. They'll show 35 millimeter films for nostalgia reasons, because it has a more of a warming effect and, classic look on it versus digital. I mean, digital can do it, but I'm no film person. I'm just going by what I've seen and what I've read up on. And I'm sure if you're a Halloween fanatic like myself, you've all probably seen Halloween on the big screen, because a lot of places every year around Christmas time, around Halloween time, a lot of the older theaters will always have like a showing of Halloween or some of the other Halloween movies. I've been there several times, and it's a lot of fun to see in the theater, especially with a lot of other Halloween fans. And some people may not have seen it before. So take you back to 78 when people see it for the first time, which I did not see Halloween in the theater in 1978. I didn't see it till 1980 on HBO. So it's been 42 years that I've been a Halloween fanatic. Wow, has the time gone by fast. But I don't want to keep rambling on, so I figured I'd show some cool stuff as far as I'm concerned. That's my passion when it comes to my Halloween collection. I love the promotional stuff, anything tied to the films, because let's face it, it's about the movies. That's why I'm a big fan. Anything that I can collect from any of the movies, any film reels or trailers, press kits, lobby cards, anything that I can find that's promotional related. I just love that stuff. Posters. So over time, I'll bring more and more out. I've already brought out some stuff on a few of the different collectible spotlights, but this one I was looking, I'm like, let's do the 35 millimeter trailers. I thought it'd be kind of cool. So let's start with none other than Halloween 1978. Now, they're very unspectacular because it's a film reel. And I know what trailer this is just from opening it up and looking at it, but I cannot play it on here for YouTube copyright laws. So if I started throwing the trailers up here, I'd get a copyright ding, and it'd go crazy. I might be able to throw a little snippet in from each. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. If they're there, then I did it and there was no issues. If not, you'll understand why, because YouTube is really clamped down on copyright things. And so the second you have something up there, they take it right down. So I don't want to put a video up that's just going to take down for copyright. But this right here is my Halloween original 35 millimeter trailer. So you can go easily. A lot of people have uploaded copywritten material on YouTube. And what happens is they'll usually put it up there, but if you want to monetize your channel, they'll take the money away. You won't make any money. And I'm not looking to monetize this. I mean, I don't have enough followers, and I'm just doing this for shits and giggles and just having fun. But I just don't want any issue where they'll shut the channel down, because they have done that to people. They've shut channels down for a specific copyright infringement. So I don't need that headache. But this is the one for Halloween. So they're very heavy. You do have to keep these in good temperature control, like cooling area. This is my Halloween room downstairs, which is always cool, because over time they'll get what they call vinegar syndrome, where they start to deteriorate, and they start to smell, and they just start to basically they'll just crumble and just fall apart. So I do keep them down here, and everything down here is pretty well temperature controlled. So I try to keep it in good shape. I have two different Halloween 2 35 millimeter trailers, and there are two of the, and like I said, I've done them and looked to see, there are two different ones, and they're hard to explain. Like I said, if I could throw stuff up there, I will. This one's cool because this still has the outer band that just say what they are. This is one of my Halloween 2s. And some of them, well, here's the other Halloween 2, which is just simply got a piece of tape on it. They said they're very uneventful. Unfortunately, like I said, I'd love to be able to just show them all. Now, you'll see a lot of them, they'll say scope and flat. That is simply, to put it in layman's terms, when you set up a new TV nowadays and there's aspect ratios and you have to put a different aspect ratio on, that's basically what it is. It's just two different types of lenses, the way they filmed it, and the aspect ratio is just a little bit different. That's pretty much the layman's terms from what I've understood about it and people have told me about it. But that's why if you see, flat versus scope, that's pretty much what it comes to. And here, this one is pretty cool because this is still in the package. And when I got it from a collector years ago, it was still cellophane, never even used. Maybe they didn't want to show it because this is from Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, the one that didn't have Michael Myers in it. So maybe they didn't want to show it at the time. It's come to be one of my favorite movies. I love it. It's very divisive. I've said before, it's ride or die with Myers. But I love Halloween 3. And this is from Universal Pictures. This is the teaser trailer and not even opened. So I know what teaser trailer this probably is. They didn't have too many of them, so I'm assuming I know which one this is because you can tell by the size of it. It's very short. That's why the smaller the ones, they're usually teaser trailers, which is real quick. It's not like a full 2-minute trailer. So that's Halloween 3. With Halloween 4, same thing. It's cool because I do have the band around it that came with it originally. It says what it is, Halloween 4. And you can tell this is a full trailer just from the size of it. And the trailers, even nowadays, range anywhere from 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. So you can usually gauge 35mm film by how big the trailer is. So this is Halloween 4, where they brought Michael Myers back after Halloween 3. Now for Halloween 5, another divisive entry in the franchise because of just what it encompassed and where they were trying to go, or where they didn't actually know where they were going. If you know much about the filming of Halloween 5, this is Halloween 5. This is a teaser trailer, much like the H3, because you can see the size of how much film is actually on the reel. So if you go on YouTube and look up Halloween 5 trailers, there is a little teaser one, so I'm assuming that's which one it is. I don't think I've ever done this to look at it, but I believe there's only one little teaser trailer, so that should be the one that's on YouTube. Next, move into Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. And here is the trailer for The Curse of Michael Myers. And obviously, this would be the trailer for the theatrical release, not the producer's cut, because there was never one made up for the producer's cut. But this is where I believe, it's from Miramax Films. This is where Miramax Films came into play with Dimension and the debacle that those companies are. Go read Taking Shape from Dustin McNeil, and you'll read all about that, all the troubles between Trancas and Dimension and Miramax over those years, and why we got some of the Halloween films that we did get, and why we didn't get some of the ones that we would have been pretty cool if we did get. So, very good reading. Go read it. Next up is Jamie Lee Curtis' triumphant return to the Halloween franchise and Halloween H2O, 1998. And I do have two different ones. One is the teaser trailer, flat teaser trailer from H2O, which is right there, and the flat full trailer from H2O, which is from Miramax as well. So as you can see, it's a full trailer just from the size of it. Now, what I'll do is one of these days I do have full 35mm prints of the original Halloween from '78, and I do have two different Halloween 1981 prints, a French print and a UK print. And you'll see, like, when you look at these thinking like, wow, that's pretty big for a trailer. Wait till you see how much film is actually on a full theatrical release. There's the 35mm print for Halloween that I have is 5 canisters that are about yay big. So there's a lot of film that goes into one, and Halloween's an hour and 30 minutes. So just figure that out. Imagine an even longer movie. But actually, the other two prints I have, I forgot, they're 16mm prints. So they're small. Obviously, the gauge is smaller, so they can fit more on a reel. And they're only 2 canisters each. So I guess that's the advantage of 60mm. It's a lot. You use a lot less film. To me, it looks the same as 35mm. You use a lot less film, and I would assume the smaller the better because it's just easier to move around in the machine. I'm not sure what the difference is. I'll have to do a little research. And you film buffs out there that might watch this, comment below. What is the difference between the 16 and the 35? I mean, I can see size-wise, but visually it looks the same to me. I'm not sure. But I digress. Next up, we have Halloween Resurrection. And this is, I believe this is number 2. No, number 1 trailer. So there's another one out there, which I haven't got my hands on. This is number 1. This is Scope. So this is it here. It says Miramax. And you can see it's a full trailer, just basically from the size of it. And like I said, these are very heavy because film is not light. I guess going digital, it makes things a lot easier because it's all right there. It could either be a file, it could be a disc, it could be whatever, and it's a lot easier. And filming on digital, from what I understand, is a lot easier because it's just like filming, like I'm filming this right now. You can edit, delete. It's not really taking up anything. I mean, once you start putting it on film, you got to keep reusing it. It's just very costly. But there is that nostalgia for film, and it does give you that little bit of a warm glow when you see it visually. And I'm sure there's other advantages to it, but I'm not a film connoisseur. I'm just a Halloween collector. So Up the Resurrection is the only ones I have. Like I said, the Rob Zombie ones I did have. I sold them off years ago to other Rob Zombie collectors because it's found its own niche. The zombie movies, I do like them both. I'm not gonna. This isn't the time or place to give reviews. I like things about both of them. I do enjoy them. I just had to, like I said, scale the collection to the original timeline, just for not only space reasons but financial reasons. This is too much Halloween stuff. But one thing I did want to show was kind of cool to go. That's sitting in my collection as well. Is this little guy right here? Is a 16 millimeter commercial of the original Halloween 1978, one of the teaser commercials that you would see. So that just goes to show you the difference in size from 16 millimeter to 35 millimeter. So you can fit a whole commercial on this one little thing right here. So I thought that's pretty cool. Yeah, now like I said, I don't have players. I gotta look one day and see if I could find players, either on flea markets or garage sales or something, and try to play. My only biggest fear is, of my age group growing up, we used to watch a lot of 8mm films at home, like a lot of home movies and stuff like that. And those things used to get hot as hell. And sometimes you'd be watching and you'd see it melt, and then Dad would have to splice it all back together. That's my biggest fear, anything happening to any of these, because they're simply collectibles and they're old. And if something damaged them, it would drive me crazy. Much like I do have I have a reel-to-reel of the Halloween radio spots when I did the radio spots, which I'll throw a link up here. Go check out the Halloween radio spots, which are basically the spots you'd hear on radio commercials back in the day. They came out on vinyl, 45 RPM vinyl, which were actually 33 1/3, which is the speed, but they look like the smaller 7-inch vinyl releases. And they also did come out on reel-to-reel. Go check it out. That's pretty cool. I do have a reel for H1. There's a reel-to-reel to H2 that I need to get my hands on. So anybody out there, I'm looking for that. So this is the world this is a look down celluloid world for all the Halloween trailers. Now, like I said, I do have a full 35 millimeter print of Halloween and 2 prints of H2 1981 on 60 millimeter, and I'll probably just throw them in its own separate collectible spotlight. And because I can't even fit them up here, because like I said, the canisters and everything, it's huge. It's the 35 millimeter, especially 16 millimeter, not so bad. It's still a big canister, but they're smaller and they're only 2 versus the 5 in a full theatrical 35 millimeter print. But I'll do that. I'll bring them out and do a specific collectible spotlight just on those, because that'll be pretty cool. So that being said, that's just a short little one here. I just looked to figure, let's just throw up some more. I'm going to probably start doing some more promotional stuff, because that's my favorite stuff, is the promotional stuff. And maybe just do it by movie, like show the promotional Halloween 1, Halloween 2 stuff that I have, because I do have a decent amount as far as press kits and lobby cards and some other stuff like campaign books and posters. So I'll try to start doing that. might slow down a little bit. I have a few of these in the can, so to speak, is what they say about film, just to get me through the holidays, because Thanksgiving's coming and Christmas is coming. So I'll be busy doing some other stuff. And I want to make sure I at least put one of these out a week, just to annoy the hell out of you people. So that being said, if you'd like to see anything that's either behind me or on my Instagram page, you can go to the Instagram page, and at that Halloween Movie Collector, I'd be happy to do a collectible spotlight on it. I've had a few suggestions that I will be getting to. I didn't forget you guys. There's a few suggestions. I do have a couple of people that want to come on. So be sure to go check out that Instagram page. That's where I post pretty much daily. You can check out my entire collection. Let me know if there's something you'd like to see a spotlight on. Also, if you're a collector, hit me up as well. I do co-collector spotlights. You can come on, show your collection. Even if it's not just Halloween specific, if it's a Halloween and you collect other horror entities, that's cool. I mean, I want to see it all. I love all that stuff. I'm not just a Halloween fan. I just specifically collect Halloween stuff. Just that's my passion. But I'm a horror movie fanatic. I'm watching horror movies pretty much every night. So by all means, hit me up. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we do the Halloween Collectors Podcast with my two friends, Michael and Brett, and we just talk Halloween and do reviews. It's over on the Michael's Horror and Pinball channel. Go check it out. We do reviews, have a couple of beers, break each other's chops, just get in a lot of trouble, and just join in the chat. We love the people in the chat joining in with us, so we're very active in it, and just come and hang out with us. We just started doing like weekly movie watch-alongs now too, which are on Monday nights. So if you want to go do a watch along with us, we just did, what was the last one as of this recording was Halloween 4. So I believe now we're going to start doing some cool horror Christmas movies from now until Christmas. So, and which are some of my favorite, next to Halloween, one of my favorite movies next to Halloween is Black Christmas, the original one from 1974, not those garbage remakes. So we'll be doing some of those watch alongs. So be sure to check them out, and everything will be, I'll be posting it usually on my Instagram page, be posting it in the Halloween Collectors Podcast Facebook group. So go join that as well. All the links are below. Just if you're bored and you want to read, everything's below me right here. Just join the Halloween Collectors Podcast Facebook group. But I also have it in my collectors group, which is Halloween and Michael Myers Collectors group over on Facebook as well. Go join that. We're all collectors and posting stuff, and there's a lot of information in there. We post it's all Halloween content, great community people, buy, sell, trade, whatever. There's a lot of cool stuff going on there. So be sure to check that out. Also, the Halloween Collectors Podcast is now on Twitter in the Twitterverse. So I did create that. And I also did create one for myself. That Halloween Movie Collector is on Twitter as well. So go check out all the socials. It's a social media onslaught, because if you don't have a presence everywhere, people don't seem to find you. And then a lot of people seem to be finding us and they say, oh, I didn't know where you were. I said, really? Because I post this shit everywhere I possibly can so people can see it and come join in the fun. So I don't know how you're not seeing it, but that's also all the different algorithms in social media. So best thing you can do is right about here, hit that like button on this video, because the like button helps people find the channel, and more collectors seem to be finding it through that. Like and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost a goddamn dime. You can hit that little button over there. It just helps more collectors like yourself, because I'm assuming you're a collector and you're a Halloween geek like myself if you're even wasting your time watching me. It just helps other people find it. That's all. And it's just more fun to talk and chat with more collectors. And like I said, be sure to hit me up, comment below if there's anything you'd like to see, things you might have that I don't have. That's the best thing, especially if you're a collector. We do bring collectors on the podcast. We bring friends into the watch-alongs. Anybody wants to hang out with us Halloween geeks, hit me up down below. Hit me up on any of those socials and just come check it out and have the fun and just geek out with us. So there you have it. Another collectible spotlight in the can, so to speak, from the old celluloid film lingo. It's in the can. So I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to come back for some more of the collectible spotlights. There's a few other things I have in the works that I'm going to start working on probably before the end of the year. I'll start throwing on this channel right after the first of the year. There's definitely some cool stuff coming up on this channel, and also over on the Halloween Collectors Podcast. Be sure to check out those watch-alongs on Monday nights. They're a lot of fun. I'm excited to start doing the Christmas watch-alongs, the horror Christmas watch-alongs, because they're some of my favorite ones. So be sure to come check everything out. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, all that bullshit. I don't have to say it because you hear it from all the YouTubers, but you don't realize, because I hear from a lot of people, well, I have just found your channel. I say, well, I tell people hit like, And I tell people to subscribe because all it does is help other people find it. It's not like I get paid for any of this shit. Like I said, it's just, and it's free. You know, if you see the subscription on my channel on this, everybody I see that says it, oh, like, didn't subscribe to the channel, I hit it because I don't give a crap. It doesn't cost me anything. I mean, sure, there are some channels that do charge if you want to be a member or whatever, but you not doing that shit. But it's all just so helps out the Halloween community, helps out your buddies, and helps people find this stuff. So by all means, click everything down there. If you don't want to, then you know what, so be it. It is what it is. But I hope you enjoy this. If you come back and see some more, I hope you enjoy that as well. Hit me up on the comments here if there's certain things you'd like to see, and check everything out. And as of this recording, I'm doing this right before Thanksgiving, so it's probably going to premiere after Thanksgiving. But I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving in the States. And spend some time with your family, hang out, talk Halloween, watch some horror movies. You know, I don't think there's really too many horror movies themed around Thanksgiving. I'd have to think about that one. Well, Lord knows there's plenty of Halloween ones, which just passed. And there's plenty of, like I said, Christmas horror movies. And we're going to watch a few of them. Some are really good. Like I said, one of my favorites. And some are just really, really bad. Actually, I believe there's a new one coming out, too. I forget what it was called. I just remember seeing it advertised. I don't remember what it is. When I remember, maybe when I go back and edit this, I'll throw it up here because I know I'm looking forward to that. It looked kind of cool. It wasn't like a Krampus type thing. It was like an evil Santa one. I don't know which one it was, but I'm rambling at this point. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you come back for some more of them, of the spotlights and some other content on this channel. And I will talk to you soon.